Every year, on the 4th of July, Americans celebrate more than just a holiday. It's the birthday of the United States. On this day in 1776, 13 colonies declared they would no longer be ruled by a distant king, choosing instead to govern themselves. The Second Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, a bold statement that announced to the world the birth of a new nation. This act sparked the American Revolution and ignited hope for democracy around the globe. Imagine the courage it took to challenge the most powerful empire of the time. Failure meant risking everything. July 4th honors that bravery and the ideals of freedom, equality, and the pursuit of happiness. The fireworks we see today are more than just beautiful lights. They symbolize the explosive birth of a nation. They echo the cannons fired in celebration long ago. Independence Day is a time to reflect on America's journey and the principles that unite us. It's a celebration of the enduring idea that all people have the right to be free and shape their own destiny. The sacrifices of those who fought for these ideals laid the foundation for the country we know today. When you see the night sky lit up, remember the courage and vision that made it possible. July 4th is a tribute to the dream of a better world. It's a reminder that freedom is never guaranteed. It must be protected and cherished. As we gather with family and friends, let's honor the legacy of those who dared to dream. The story of Independence Day is the story of America itself. Independence didn't happen overnight. It was the result of years of growing tension. The colonies, once loyal to Britain, began to see themselves as Americans with their own identity. After the costly French and Indian War, Britain taxed the colonies to pay its debts, passing laws like the Stamp Act and Townshend Acts. Colonists were outraged. No taxation without representation became their rallying cry. Events like the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party fueled anger and resistance. Britain responded with harsh laws, closing Boston's port and stripping away colonial rights. The storm of revolution gathered strength as leaders from 12 colonies met in Philadelphia for the First Continental Congress. They sought a peaceful solution, but the king refused to compromise. In April 1775, the first shots of the revolution rang out at Lexington and Concord. The war for independence had begun, and the colonists faced a monumental choice about their future. The road to revolution was paved with protest, sacrifice, and a growing sense of unity. Each act of defiance brought the colonies closer together. The dream of self-government was no longer just an idea, it was becoming a reality. The choice was clear: submit to tyranny or fight for freedom. The colonies chose to stand together and shape their own destiny. The journey to independence had truly begun. The American Revolution was led by remarkable individuals with a shared vision of liberty. George Washington, a Virginia planter, became the steadfast commander-in-chief who inspired his troops through hardship. Thomas Jefferson, a gifted writer, penned the Declaration of Independence, declaring that all men are created equal. His words gave the revolution a moral purpose that still resonates today. Benjamin Franklin, the wise diplomat, secured crucial French support that turned the tide of war. These leaders, along with John Adams, Samuel Adams, and John Hancock, risked everything for the cause. They were lawyers, merchants, and farmers who became revolutionaries. Their debates, protests, and signatures on the Declaration were acts of immense courage. They dreamed of a nation built on freedom and self-government. Their vision laid the groundwork for the United States. The legacy of these founding fathers continues to shape America. They proved that ordinary people could do extraordinary things. The revolution was not just about battles, it was about ideas and ideals. Their courage and vision remain at the heart of the American story. The push for independence grew from deep grievances. Britain's trade laws, like the Navigation Acts, restricted colonial commerce and stifled growth. Colonists resented being forced to buy and sell only with Britain, enriching the mother country at their expense. They valued self-government, but Britain's interference and new taxes without consent felt like a direct attack on their rights. The presence of British soldiers enforced by the Quartering Act heightened tensions and fears of oppression. Colonists saw these troops as a threat to their liberty. Enlightenment ideas, especially those of John Locke, inspired the belief that government exists to protect natural rights. When a government breaks this contract, the people have the right to change it. The colonists believed King George III and Parliament had violated this trust. Their fight was no longer just about taxes. It was about the fundamental principle of freedom. The call for independence was a call to defend their rights and shape their own future. By summer 1776, the war was underway, but independence was not yet official. Richard Henry Lee's resolution for freedom sparked intense debate in the Continental Congress. A committee of 5 led by Thomas Jefferson was tasked with drafting a declaration. Jefferson's words captured the spirit of the revolution: all men are created equal, with rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The document listed the colonists' grievances against King George III, justifying their break from Britain. On July 2, Congress voted for independence. 2 days later, they adopted Jefferson's declaration. John Hancock's bold signature marked the birth of a new nation. The declaration was more than a statement, it was a promise to future generations. Its powerful message inspired not just Americans, but people around the world. The adoption of the Declaration on July 4th became a defining moment in history. A nation founded on liberty was born. The words of the Declaration continue to echo through time. News of the Declaration spread quickly, sparking celebrations across the colonies. In Philadelphia, crowds cheered as the Declaration was read aloud at Independence Hall. The Liberty Bell rang out and people lit bonfires, fired cannons, and held parades. In New York, a statue of King George III was toppled and melted into bullets for the Continental Army. These acts showed the colonists' commitment to their new cause. Early celebrations were heartfelt displays of unity and resolve. Traditions like fireworks and patriotic music began with these first festivities. John Adams predicted the day would be celebrated with parades, games, and illuminations across the continent. His vision came true. Independence Day became a symbol of American spirit. The joy of that first celebration still echoes in our traditions today. Over time, Independence Day evolved from a political event to a national celebration. Early on, rival political parties used the day for speeches and debate. By the 1800s, it became a time for communities to unite with parades, picnics, and concerts. After the War of 1812, patriotic feelings soared, and the 4th of July became a symbol of American resilience. In 1870, Congress made it an official holiday. Today, cities compete for the best fireworks, and families gather for barbecues and fun. The day blends solemn remembrance with joyful celebration. Independence Day is for all Americans, a time to reflect on liberty, equality, and opportunity. The spirit of July 4th endures, reminding us of the journey and values that unite us. From public readings to backyard barbecues, it remains America's most cherished holiday. Independence Day is more than a history lesson. It's a celebration of freedom's enduring power. The flame of liberty, lit in 1776, has survived wars and struggles for civil rights. Each generation has fought to keep that promise alive. The 4th of July reminds us of the importance of unity. 13 colonies came together to achieve freedom. Today, America's diversity is its strength, and the holiday encourages us to find common ground. It's a day to reflect on what freedom truly means: opportunity, responsibility, and participation in democracy. Freedom requires active citizenship and respect for others' rights. The work of building a more perfect union is ongoing. Independence Day is a milestone on that journey. We honor the sacrifices of the past and look forward with hope. The flame of freedom is now in our hands. It's our duty to protect and pass it on. America's independence is a legacy for every citizen. It's a story of courage, sacrifice, and the belief in shaping our own destiny. This narrative connects us to our past and gives us purpose. We must keep this story alive by learning, sharing, and honoring it. Understanding our history helps us appreciate the freedoms we enjoy. These freedoms were hard-won, not given. Sharing the story of independence builds a stronger, more engaged nation. Each of us plays a role in the ongoing American experiment. As we celebrate, let's honor and share this legacy with pride. The story of American independence is a testament to the human spirit's desire for freedom. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more stories from history.